Hello everyone, welcome to our Tea Club. Today I, Tolonay Turgazieva,
and I, Agilim Kushainova,
will continue watching the demonstration lessons on how to integrate STEM into our English lessons.
Yes, we're continuing to talk about STEM because there's so much to do and there's so many exciting things. And I think today's special demonstration lesson will show how we can integrate technology and art into our own teaching, but Tolonay will tell us more about it later. So could you please remind us, Tolonay, what did you do on the previous lesson?
Yeah, in the previous lesson, our students learned how to write stories and they used rubrics to evaluate each other's work.
Right, we talked about rubrics and how important to have this, some criteria and, show what we expect from our students.
Yeah.
And what are we doing today?
Today our students will shoot their stop-motion movies based on the stories they wrote in the previous lesson.
That sounds quite exciting. I bet that it's going to be so much fun. Can't wait to see it. How about you?
Okay, so without further ado, let's watch it.
Yes.
Hey everyone. Hello. Welcome back to our class. Do you remember what we did last time?
We write a text.
We wrote a story. Okay. What does every story have? Beginning.
Moral.
Moral, conflict, what else? Resolution. Plot. Most importantly, characters. Okay, good. So today we will talk about making movies. So when you're making movies, you always have to have a story, right? Without a story, there is nothing to tell or to show, right? So right now we will watch a stop motion film. Do you know what is stop motion?
When you film and then change the positions of the characters and then again.
So let's watch this. Try to think of where is the setting, who are the characters, and what's the plot, okay? And what is the moral of the story?
Help to each other.
Like friendship, he saved him from the sun, but he became water again, right? Okay, so right now you have your story, right?
Yes.
You had about Mark and Steve, you had about aliens, and you had about frog and the snake. Okay, so today we will actually work and make a film out of your story. So please install this app on your phone. It's called Stop Motion Studio on Android or on Apple. Let's just quickly show you how this works. So when you want to use stop motion, you have to make sure that your device is in the same place. Okay? So it has to stay somewhere where it can't move, or somebody of your team has to hold it. Okay? And okay, let me just open the app real quick. So when you come in here, you click on New and okay, Allow. Okay, so this will start taking pictures. So let's imagine I want to show you like this. Okay, so I start moving my camera. I take picture. So I will move on. Okay, so right now I have 6 pictures. If you want to check it, you can come here and play. So you see, it already has some movement.
Yes.
Okay? And then you can pause it, and you can take as many shots as you want. And at the end, you can put music. Here you can add pictures from your device if you want. You can zoom in, and it has all the other tools. I think we will start working, and then I will help you around if you need. Okay? So let's start working on our stories. I have a little box of some characters, and if you want, you can choose these and think about how you can actually like make them work with each other. Okay? Sit closer to each other and decide how you want to do it. I'm gonna put this here. Come, choose your character. I will give you my device, and we'll start working. Films. You had how many seconds? 10?
11.
11. Okay. But how long did it take us to do 10-second video? 10 minutes?
15 minutes.
20 minutes.
I think 20 minutes. I didn't time it, but it was a lot. Let's watch Eristan's and Taisia's video. I don't know how. Do you remember their story?
Yes.
Okay, so here's their video. Okay, and the snake died.
They tried really hard.
They actually also were able to put audio. So we will also watch your videos. you will all enjoy the videos that you made. But let's talk about how was the process for you?
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was very
Interesting.
interesting.
What was difficult?
To change the camera position and like the actors,
Okay, you had characters.
background.
To leave the camera in one place all the time.
Yeah,
If you had more time, it would be very good.
it would be better, right? So you always, even to make 10-second video, we needed 20 minutes. So can you imagine how long does it take to make 2-hour films?
Yeah.
And we had, because you already had your stories, it was faster. But of course you can't start a movie without a story. What was it like working in teams?
It was good, great.
Did you work well?
Yes.
Who was doing what?
I was reporting and she was helping me with audio and changing place characters.
Okay, so both of you were working, right?
Yes.
Okay. What was it like for you?
It was good. I was recording the video and he was moving the characters and making a background.
Yeah, I saw Aidara working a lot,
Yes.
thinking how to do this, how to do that, where are the scissors. So I liked that you worked in teams. And what was for you?
I filmed, but she was like decorator.
Decorator.
Yes.
Was it hard or easy again?
It was hard to stay the characters on not
Flat surface.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think being a movie director is an easy job?
No.
Would you be a movie director in the future?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because it's really exciting, yeah? You
Yes.
create something and then you can watch it and you can show millions of people. Okay, so I hope you liked this lesson. And if you want, you can, of course, start practicing more with stop motion. You did a really good job. You can clap for yourselves. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Welcome back to our virtual teachers room. I hope you all enjoyed watching the demonstration lesson prepared by Tolvanay. Tolvanay, I know that you wanted to show our colleagues how we can integrate technology and art into our own teaching. So could you please elaborate on that?
Yeah, to create the movies, we used a very easy application that's available both in App Store and Android. It's called Stop Motion Studio. It's free, so feel free to use it with your students. It's very intuitive. We didn't spend a lot of time explaining what do you do, because our students are very progressive. They know how to use many apps, so we didn't even take maybe more than 5 minutes to explain what to do and
How to use it.
Yeah.
Right.
The only thing I taught them is that you have to keep your camera steady. Don't move it from one location, and it just the process went on by itself.
Yeah. Well, I know that I'm not a very technical person, and I'm afraid that there might be some problems or challenges that might occur during the lesson. What challenges did you have, if you had any?
Yeah, so this lesson, using the application, is not something very technical. You don't have to be tech savvy, but this lesson was more about students' creativity and how they can use technology to foster their creativity. So some of the challenges were that students, well, first of all, they had little time to create settings. Their technical stuff took lots of time, like creating a setting, making their characters from clay, and then choosing a place where to shoot. But overall, it was a very interesting process. Students all of them were engaged because they were working in teams.
Yeah, and I also like that they were all excited about, I think that was a fun part that was, present during the lesson is like they first wrote a story and then they had to, find the characters from these little toys, And that was quite exciting because, you know, now they have to implement their imaginary setting or imaginary idea, imaginary story into the real life using their phones and the application.
Yeah.
So that was quite exciting.
I think it was a good motivation for them that they can actually create some piece of art by themselves. And the more they use it, the better they will get. But for the first time, I think their videos were pretty good. They learned how to move their characters shot by shot without having their hands in the frame. And for students that were done faster, we also were able to use differentiation. Students who were done faster started using additional features like adding their voice or adding text, adding background music. So that was a lot of fun for them.
That sounds very interesting, and I love to see their emotions when they were actually watching their final products. I think that was the fun part, you know, when you know students are enjoying their arts. And after you've done that, what was the activity that you had? I think that you had reflection. Yeah,
as a final activity of this lesson, we just used informal reflection. We asked how did their group work together, and all of the groups have actually separated their responsibilities. One of them was holding the camera, the other was responsible for moving the characters. So nobody in the class was just sitting around and doing nothing.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, their teamwork was kind of intuitive. Someone who was good at, you know, taking pictures was taking pictures, and someone who was better at, you know, designing the setting or seeing that what colors to pick and what colors to choose, what characters to choose, they were actually directing and saying, hey, let's move this and that. So that allows our students to have an opportunity to decide what they're, you know, what they would like to do in the activity, instead of us just saying, you be the cameraman, you be the, you know, designer, and you be the...
they decided themselves.
Right, so it was more intuitive, and their intuitive work led them to creating such interesting movies at the end.
Well, as we didn't have enough time to finish it, or if I had to choose, I would give them maybe even a week to work on this activity, because the creativity takes so much time. It doesn't just happen in 20 minutes. Right. So I think it would be a really good idea to give an extended deadline for this, maybe even use different ideas that, for example, movies that are related to social problems in our community. So
yeah, and I think you're acting like an engineer here. You're already, you know, thinking of the things that could be improved, and I think all teachers are like that. I'm pretty sure you do the same. You conduct a lesson and you feel like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done this differently, you know, or if I do this next time, I'm definitely going to add these activities. And it's quite exciting to see this process in our teachers, and the most exciting thing is to teach this to our students.
Yeah, and we hope you enjoyed watching our lesson. We hope you will try this lesson, because the only thing you need is just mobile devices. Everyone has them, and your motivation to teach your students STEAM.
Yes, and we already see so many exciting, you know, examples that our students are quite progressive. They love having this STEAM activities. They love having the STEM activities. They love doing this engineering work, and they love finding answers to the problems. And I hope you will definitely use this approach in your own teaching.
Yeah, and if you have, please share your reflection, your feedback from this lesson with us on Facebook. You can also follow our page, STEM Hub for Educators in Kyrgyzstan, where you'll find lots of opportunities, materials, and demo lessons related to STEM in our country.
Yes, hope you enjoyed today's discussion, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.